How you doing, guys? Sugar Bear Network coming through again. I just picked up the Gig, which is pretty much the equivalent of Rock Band 3, and I really wanted the Pro guitar for Rock Band 3, the actual real six-string guitar. That actually, I was told last week that that didn't come out for another year, that it was postponed. And then I checked into it and I found out that it's supposed to come out November 6th. But I went back to GameStop today and buddy there told me that it doesn't come out until the 17th. So either way, I threw $10 down on it to reserve it. But I did notice that they had the Gig behind me with the game, and it's supposed to have a similar guitar. It's not a full size, but it is a real plug-in. It has 6 strings. It's got the mute on it. It comes with picks, the strap, the whole deal, and the game. It was almost $200 grand total. I actually didn't pay for it. I told the guys at GameStop I was going to go home and do a review on it because they weren't entirely sure that the Gig controller would work with Rock Band 3 on the Pro controller or the Pro Guitar mode. None of them could seem to come up with an answer. After a bunch of phone calls, we actually opened up the package and tried to call customer service, but it was too late to get a hold of customer service at the Gig. Apparently 7:30, they're not open. Either way, we went ahead and bought it. I told them I'd go home, and they made me promise that I wouldn't open up the actual Gig game, but I could open up the guitar. And since I had already bought Rock Band 3 previously that day, if it worked, they would like a report to know whether or not it works so they could tell other GameStops or whatnot. So I figured I'd just go ahead and run through and do that. First things first, I'd like to show you is this is the box, and right on the box it actually says compatible with most Xbox 360 Rock Band controllers and games, most Xbox 360 Guitar Hero controllers and games, and most other third-party instrument controls, microphones, whatnot. It says it right there, if you can see it. Okay, now, just dropped the guitar. In other places on the box, it says that same exact statement, except it has a little asterisk next to it, and it doesn't tell you what that asterisk means. But go ahead and show you the guitar. It is a real 6-string guitar. It's a little baby guitar, especially compared to me. It's got a crazy mute on it, this plastic mute you push down and you can pop the mute up. I am awful at aiming this thing. You can pop the mute up, and it's, I figured why wouldn't it work, why wouldn't it work? But go figure. I get home, I start trying to play with it, and it will control the game because it's got the colored tabs on the side right there. The only thing is, it knows where your hand is. Even though you are pushing the strings down, the controller neck knows where your hand is comparable to those colors. So what I figured out I was doing was only having to push down. I believe I don't play guitar too much, so I figure it's the far E string. And I was realizing that I only had to push down this far string and line my finger up with the color. It didn't matter whether I strummed the whole thing or not. It didn't seem to be working. So I went a little further into the game, and it turns out that if you actually try and put it on Pro Guitar mode, it tells you straight up. It doesn't say that this isn't compatible. What it does say is that you need a Pro guitar, a Rock Band Pro guitar, to actually make it work. That being said, just trying to play with the colors on the side, and I don't know, I'm not really sure. This isn't very well designed. I'm hoping that the guitar for Rock Band 3 is going to be a little better designed. I know it's full size. This is a baby guitar. It's only about not even 3 feet long. Probably weighs about 6 or 7 pounds. Does sound like a guitar. It's hotter than the Rock Band guitar. It's flat black, pretty much murdered out. Looks cool. It is tunable. It comes with strings, comes with the old strappy strap. But like I said, I just tried to use it on Rock Band 3 and it does not work. And I haven't seen a tutorial thus far about this problem, so I thought maybe I'd throw it out there in case anybody else was really impatient like I am and they just couldn't wait the extra so-called week, apparently, for the actual Rock Band 3 guitar. But it does not work, and I hope that this saves somebody a little bit of difficulty, and I'm going to get the word back out to GameStop, and maybe that'll save them a little bit of hassle too. I wasn't allowed to actually open up the Gig game, so I don't know how good the gameplay is on there. They told me that if I opened up the game that I wouldn't be able to return the whole entire package. They're going to give me all the money back tomorrow since I didn't actually open the game, but had I opened the game, they were going to make me keep it. Also, just so you know, if you're interested in the Pro guitar or whatnot, like many people are, once you buy that guitar from GameStop, they won't be buying those guitars back. And the guitars alone are $150. So it's not like the old this number here, where you could just take them back in and they'd resell them for $20 or whatnot. In fact, they don't even sell these. You can buy a new one of these, but you can't buy a used one anymore because people were putting stickers on them, and the play was a little floppy. And you buy something used, you're gonna get what you pay for. This thing is really well put together, the Gig guitar, but it's not. I don't know. Like, had it even been functional on the Rock Band 3 game, I'm relatively musically inclined. I can kind of play the guitar a little bit. I'm classically trained. I can play stuff in the orchestra, and I could just not put together exactly what they were needing me to do on this. And unfortunately, you can't even go into the training simulator on Rock Band 3 with the Gig guitar, so there was no way for me to actually go about trying to learn or whatnot. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for the review. Like I said, I heard it's either November 6th or November 17th. I've got $10 down on the guitar. Hopefully I can just be patient and wait and go ahead and get that guitar. I'm going to return this to GameStop tomorrow. And I hope this solves some problems for anybody that ends up seeing this. Because I know we stood in that GameStop for 45 minutes and waited for that guy to try and actually figure out if it would work. And like I said, customer service was shut down and everything. So, alright guys, have a good night. And as always, peace and chicken grease. Awkwardly long ending. I'm trying to scroll over and turn the video off. Man, I hope I don't turn the video off right in the middle of me saying